All routes lead to doom. Beta build. Slime Prince Glitched Edition by RimuruEdward6. Chapter 8. Katarina Clay's Paw. We sat there in the garden, just the two of us, surrounded by soft soil and half-labeled seedlings. I hadn't said anything in a while, not since I let out everything I'd been holding in for years. And Rimuru, he listened. Not like the others do, with polite nods and fond smiles. He heard me. Then he said things I didn't know I needed to hear, things that made my chest hurt in that strange, warm way I'd never quite understood until now. You mattered the moment you chose to fight the script. You have great friends who look out for you. You changed their hearts, because you're the most honest and kind person in this world. My hands trembled in my lap, fingertips stained with dirt, but I didn't move. And then, he stood. I have somewhere to be, he said, brushing off his coat. Diplomatic duties, unfortunately. Not even interdimensional, vacations, or free from meetings. I looked up quickly. Oh, he gave me a smile, soft, real, not the smirk he wore for others. The kind of smile that was too gentle for someone who's faced demon lords and built kingdoms. Goodbye for now, Lady Katarina. He bowed slightly. Just enough to make it feel princely, but not cold. Take care of your garden, he added. And yourself. And then he turned. And walked away. No dramatics. No farewell music. Just the rustle of leaves and the sound of his footsteps fading into the breeze. I stared at the empty space he left behind. The air still felt full of him. And that's when it hit me. Not like a doom flag. Not like a falling bookshelf. Not like one of my overdramatic garden accidents. This was different. Quieter. Heavier. Realer. I was in trouble. Because I wasn't thinking about my engagement. Or my harem. Or doom flags. I wasn't thinking about the game at all. I was thinking about him. His voice. His smile. The way he saw me when no one else did. The way he said goodbye like it actually meant something. I clutched the edge of my skirt, staring down at my dirt-streaked knees. I might be falling for him. And this time, there was no inner counsel screaming. Just silence. And the sound of my own heart whispering. What now? No, I am not in love with Rimuru Tempest. Absolutely, completely, 100% not. Sure, he says things that make my heart skip a little. And yes, he listens to me in a way no one else ever has. And okay, maybe I keep accidentally thinking about his eyes and his smile and his, you mattered the moment you chose to fight the script. But that doesn't mean I'm in love. It just means I'm extremely emotionally compromised. Which is completely different. So, logically, I did what any normal, rational person would do in a totally not romantic situation. I summoned everyone for an emergency cake meeting. Thank you all for coming, I said, dramatically slamming a platter of pastries onto the table in the student council room. Maria blinked. Is something wrong? No. I lied, too quickly. Nothing's wrong. I just needed to talk about a very important, completely non-romantic situation. Mary raised an eyebrow. Sophia looked intrigued. Maria smiled politely. Giordo narrowed his eyes instantly. This is about Rimuru, isn't it? No. I said, again lying with the intensity of someone who had absolutely made this about Rimuru. I cleared my throat. This is a purely theoretical discussion. About feelings. And friendship. And the dangers of foreign princes with nice eyes. Nice eyes. Alan repeated flatly. Hypothetically. I squeaked. This is about a hypothetical prince. Keith leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. Katarina. Are you in love with him? No. I said, for what felt like the 1000th time. I don't do love. I do cookies. And gardening. And survival. Maria gave me a soft look. But, if you were in love, that wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm not. I wailed, diving into a cake like it could save me from my own emotions. Mary, who had been silent the whole time, suddenly leaned forward, voice sharp. What exactly did he say to you? I froze. Everyone stared. I took a deep breath, cheeks burning. He said, I mattered. That I fought against my fate. That I changed people's hearts. That I was the most honest and kind person in this world. I mumbled the last part into a slice of raspberry tart. There was a long, long silence. Then Sophia, very quietly, said, that's extremely romantic. I screamed internally. Mary stood abruptly. I need air. Jordo looked like he was about to stab the cake with a fork just out of spite. Keith sighed. So, that's happening now. Maria, bless her, reached over and gently patted my arm. It's okay to have feelings, Katerina. I slumped forward onto the table. Not if they're doomed feelings. Keith Clay's paw. I've always considered myself the rational one. The one who cleans up after Katerina's chaos. The one who makes sure her garden experiments don't set the dorm on fire. The one who steps in quietly when she tries to negotiate with nobles using cookies as diplomatic tools. The one who promised himself he'd always protect her. But this, I am not okay with. She sat at the table, surrounded by all of us, insisting she wasn't in love with Prince Rimuru Tempest, while simultaneously quoting him like he was some kind of poetry-spouting oracle from a romantic novel. He said I mattered. He said I changed people's hearts. He said I'm the most honest and kind person in this world. And the worst part, she believed it. I've spent years trying to make her believe those things. Quietly, patiently, through actions more than words. She never took it seriously. Never let it sink in. But this foreign prince from some far-off kingdom says it once, and suddenly her eyes are glowing like she's seeing the stars for the first time. She's falling for him. And I can't stop it. I clenched my hands under the table, watching her fidget and blush, clearly shaken by the idea of feelings she doesn't understand, and for the first time, I couldn't just stand by. Because I know his type. Rimuru is clever, calm, polished, a mystery wrapped in charm. And he doesn't belong here, not really. He's a visitor from another nation, a powerful noble with too much presence and not enough accountability. And when he leaves, and he will, what happens to Katerina? What happens when he goes back to whatever court or country he came from? Who helps her sort through the mess? Who stays? Me. We do. And I don't trust him. Not because he's done something wrong. Not yet. But because he sees her. And worse, she lets him. I don't know what scares me more, that she's falling for someone who'll leave, or that she might not want him to. Rimuru Tempest's paw. I had planned to keep things simple. Be the diplomatic prince. Smile. Make a few connections. Stretch my legs outside of Tempest for a while. Let this world play out like the script I remembered reading about, predictable, dull, harmless. And then she broke the game. Katerina Clays, this walking glitch in reality with too much heart and too little sense, rewrote everything. Just by existing. And I watched. At first, it was amusing. Charming, even. Her chaos disrupted the plot in a way I hadn't expected. A refreshing change from all the clean, pre-written paths. But now I'm getting annoyed. Because he's in the way. That adopted brother of hers. Keith. The quiet one. The patient one. The one who's always hovering too close, speaking too gently, watching me like he knows what I am. And maybe, on some level, he does. Because I can feel it. The glitch. Something in the air stutters around me as I stand in the academy corridor alone. A flicker in the magic. A pulse in the code. My eyes narrow. The game doesn't like losing control. And neither do I. I press a hand to my chest, where the magic burns too hot for what should be fire. This isn't from Tempest. It's not my slimeborn magic. It's not even me. It's his. The prince this character was meant to be. The one written into this world. Elegant, refined, and wielding dark magic alongside flame. A twisted balance, crafted to make him the game's most dangerous hidden root. The magic shivers under my skin now, called up by emotion I didn't want to name. Not until Keith's glare burned the word into my mind. Possession. Not jealousy. Not yet, but close. And I mutter, just loud enough for the shadows around me to listen. I guess I'll have to use it. The words feel heavier than they should. His black magic, the kind I really didn't want to touch. The corridor feels colder, but I don't allow someone to stand between me and what I want. The glitch pulses again. The smile I wear tightens, not kind, not gentle. Just inevitable.